tomorrow.
Ladies and gentlemen, hailing from Cleveland, Ohio, I give you BVO.
Oh, we boxing? Yeah, we boxing. I need that belt like it ain't no other option. So we punching and weaving and blocking. Defeat ain't an option. Let them know. Shoot a video, put it on BVO. Let them know. Every time I punch, it's a heavy blow. BVO, bound to hit like bricks cause it was set in stone. Let them know. I ain't getting body, but I'ma hit this flow. Yeah, way more than a show. This is BVO.
On behalf of BVO Boxing TV, we would like to thank our sponsor, Raycon. Don't forget to grab your Raycon everyday earbuds, the perfect bass model for premium sound, with active noise cancellation to block out distractions and transparency mode to keep you aware of your surroundings. They're ideal for your everyday needs. Just visit rayconglobal.com. That's rayconglobal.com and elevate your listening experience.
Yo, what's going on, y'all? What's happening? Welcome to BVO Boxing right here, Sports Talk Network. And right here tonight, we have an awesome show starring no other than the master debater himself. Some people call him the Puerto Rican Prince. I call him my brother. Y'all don't want no trouble with him. My man D Free. And of course, I am the master of ceremonies, Crush the Legend. Smash the like button, like, share, subscribe when you come in. But when you come in, please mind your manners. D3, what's going on?
What's going on with you, Crush? What's going on?
Not much, man. We got some topics to talk about, man. So, it's always good to be able to talk about some boxing when we have to be just as creative as the promoters and these fighters themselves are making the people happy. So, over here on Sports Talk Network, that's what we do. So, hey, you want to get the show started? You know what we talking about and everything? You got the rundown.
Yeah. I got it. What's going on, everybody? So, first topic. As we know, Jaron is the newly crowned unified champion, Ring Magazine champion. But the streets want to know, why is he scared to step up to the big dogs at 154? Is he the king or just wearing the crown for show? What you got about the topic that was brought up, the first topic that was brought up today?
Oh man, well, it's a topic to talk about. So, shout out to Jaron Ennis with putting on a great performance, in my honest opinion, last week for all boxing fans and boxing fans alike and unalike. So it made the haters mad and it made his supporters even happy. So guess what? Boxing won that night along with Jaron Ennis. Now him being unified, WBA, IBF, and also the Ring champion. I think it's amazing. I think Jaron Ennis has always answered the question for myself. And even when we thought so, D3 was one of the very few guys said, hey, listen, don't move too fast, y'all. Don't kick no dirt in no one's face when they down. You gotta give them a chance to get up. How they get up and when they react, how they react when they get up, that's what matters. So Jaron Ennis has done that. A lot of people was talking about and coming down on this young man because he had two back-to-back fights with my man Jaron, who a lot of people didn't know anything about. So as the great Roger Mayweather says, y'all don't know ish about boxing. So he had these two back-to-back fights with Jaron, who can box. So we all know, if you didn't know, yes, Jaron is a B+ level fighter. I don't see anybody talking about, well, I can do it better. I ain't heard nobody call Jaron out. So then Jaron said, okay. Now he gets in there with Stanley Onis, and a lot of y'all catch amnesia. So let me remind you respectfully. Oh, Staniota's going to be his toughest fight. He's going to be the best opponent that he ever faced. Oh, he going to put something on Boots. Boots get hit a lot. Watch when he go to his body. Watch when he win headshots. And what happened? Yeah, just zip your mouths up respectfully, because this man has shoulders. Showed us. No matter if he was on the side of this man or the other side, now you know that he is the real deal. And I don't think nobody at 147 can beat Jaron Ennis. We got prize fighter in the house, and I will pass the mic. D-Free prize. One of y'all can go next so we can get to the next topic.
All right, prize. Did you hear the question?
No, I didn't hear the question.
Well, you know, we got the newly crowned unified champion, Jaron Boots Ennis. And the streets want to know why is he scared to move up to the big dogs at 154? Is he the king, or is he just wearing the crown for show?
Jaron Ennis is the #1 welterweight in the world. It's no debating about it. Brian Norman, he's really young. What he did was really good, but I don't think he can beat Boots. He doesn't need to prove anything at 54. He's a unified welterweight champ. There's no need for him to worry about 154 pounds.
Yep,
I agree.
Yep. I agree. The thing is, Jaron Ennis, so far we haven't seen him miss weight. We haven't seen him struggle to make weight. So I think he still has some time at 54 to try to become undisputed. Now, if those guys are playing hardball and they're not trying to let him become undisputed, then I think he might go ahead and move up to 54. But right now, he has a goal that he set for himself, and right now he's taking every step to achieve that goal. So until I see him struggling to make the weight, or until I see him unable to unify those last two belts, I don't think there's a reason why he should be focused on 54. Focus on the division that you're at, and then you can go worry about the next chapter in your career. And that's the problem that I have with a lot of these guys in the sport of boxing right now. They're so quick to call out anybody and everybody around their division instead of talking to the people that's right there in their division. You got people that's calling people that's above them, calling people out that's below them, but they ain't calling the dogs that's right there in their division that's trying to get that smoke. So I have no problem with Jaron Boots Ennis staying at 47 as long as he's making the necessary steps to become undisputed. Now, if he starts taking fights that he don't need to take, like I said, the only thing that I want to see from Jaron Ennis is to unify the belts or fight a mandatory if there's a mandatory call. Other than that, I don't care to see him fighting anybody else at 47. There's no need. He's already the top dog. Anything outside of a mandatory or unification is a voluntary fight. He don't need those fights. Now, he might want a fight here and there to get some extra cash. Like if it's a Ryan Garcia might show up or whatever, there might be a big cash, a big purse. But for him to need that fight, no, he don't need those fights. He just need to do what he's been doing and going for undisputed. So until he's unable to make those fights or unable to make the weight class, I don't think he need to worry about 54.
Great breakdown, D Free, and I agree with you wholeheartedly. Salute to the chat, everybody that's coming in. Y'all free to comment if y'all keeping up with the topic. How y'all feel? Is Boosa is he a showcase man? Should he be ridiculed if he don't go up to 154? I don't think he's avoiding 154. I think when he's ready to go to 154, he will go up to 154. So I don't think he's afraid of anything. So and like I always say, these fighters move the way they want to move. It's their career. They don't work for me. You know what I mean? The only way they work for me is when I pay for these fights or when I go to them and they entertain. And that's all I need them to do. But hey, however they move and how they want to pan out their career, whatever, hey, I'm fine with it. They don't have to be anything that I want them to be or that I think they should be, you know, because we get caught up in that. But to the next topic, I started off and pass it around. So there's some people thinking that Vergil Ortiz is taking tough fight at the tough fight at the tough fight, and that he's a gladiator. And Oscar De La Hoya feel as though he needs a little light touch before you step in the ring with another live dog. Do y'all agree or disagree with that? D3.
I think I don't mind him taking a light test. It depends on what you consider a light test. Now, if he's going to fight a prospect, no, I don't agree with that. Now, but if he's going to fight somebody who's ranked in the sanctioning body that he's fighting in, and they might be ranked a fighter, a step or two behind him, I don't mind that. It's still somebody that's in the top 10. But if he's fighting somebody that's ranked number 35 in the WBO and he's ranked number 2 or number 1 in the WBO, no, I don't agree with that. But yeah, sometimes a guy that's taking a lot of tough fights back to back, they need a light test, because the one thing that I've always said is if you give these guys all of the big fights all at once, there's really nothing left on the back end of their career. They're pretty much just fighting a bunch of trash cans on the back of their career. And so I don't care about a light test here and there, as long as you're still pushing for big fights. So if they want to give him a light test, so be it. Right now, he's not a mandatory to anybody, so he can take a light test here and there.
I agree with you. And it's the difference between a light touch and a cherry pick. So we're talking about a light touch. Not anyone that's below a C plus level. You see what I'm saying? So you get a nice little C plus level in there. Even not above average B level fighter in there. That's kind of cool. You know what I mean? Just to keep the machine oil. There's nothing wrong with that. So I don't have a problem with it. And like you said, it depends. So, and also with me, it depends too. So I agree with that. But they it's a lot to say about these guys when it comes to who they are, what they're going to become, what they haven't done yet. We always talking about their resumes and things like that. But on to the next topic, because it's not too much to cook on that. So Kid Austin, my people, Kid Austin. There's a song that was produced by the great Marley Marl and the Juice Crew, and it was called Duck Alert. Yeah, Duck Alert. And every time someone does a duck move, a Daffy Duck move, I think of the song Duck Alert by my man Craig G. So this Kid Austin, I have to speak on what he's been showing me and what he's been saying. So he's not looking quite likable, ladies and gentlemen, because first situation we find out he couldn't make weight, and we didn't get to fight with Shakur. Okay, so now we turn around, and here's the situation that he's outpricing himself for a dangerous but not yet contender in young Abdullah the Dream Snatcher Mason. Sounds kind of similar. My man Keefe Poole, once upon a time, Thurman, when he was out there yelling at Floyd, I want that fight, Floyd. Give me that fight, Floyd. Give me a shot. And, Floyd said, well, you know what? You barking a little. You barking. I hear you. But let me see you scrap against this guy, Errol Spence. And then he said, you know what? Give me 10 million. And we know Errol Spence wasn't making nothing close to 10 million at that time. And we called that, and we all know and agreed that was a Duck Alert. So now, deja vu without the Tina Marie legendary hit. We are here again. And it's not looking good for him. So we got CDK in the building. CDK, how you doing, my brother?
What's good, man? I'm just chilling, eating me a cheeseburger.
Okay, so
what's good, CDK?
I ain't gonna.
So
Eat
right
me
now
Ortiz, brother.
we went across a couple topics, but we want to run it back so we can get your feel on it. So the first thing we talked about is Jaron Boots he's unified at 147. Is he the real deal, or is he just being a showcase and afraid to go to 154? What is your take on that?
I just think he got a dream and he got a mission that he's on, and 147 is what he want to do, and there ain't nobody at 147 that can beat him. I'm not too sure there's anybody at 154 that can beat him, but only time will tell. But to me, with each fight, he gets better and better. And I believe that Brian Norman should be next. He won't be next, but whatever Booth decides to do, whoever he faces at 147 is gonna get folded like a lawn chair, like I like to say. It's simple as that. That's what Booth does. And I think Brian Norman them gonna try to avoid him as long as possible. Shout out to them, but they're moving smart and they trying to run the bag up. And I ain't mad at nobody for trying to get that bag right. They gonna try to get all the money they can out of that fight because that's where the buck stop at.
Cool. And the second thing we was talking about, we was talking about Vergil Ortiz. You know, he had some tough fights, so to speak, according to Oscar De La Hoya, and maybe some fans would agree. So Oscar comes out and said it's time for Vergil to have a light touch before he gets back in the ring with a live dog. Do you agree with that?
What about the guys that never took light touches? What about the guys that face competition after competition? Like, I mean, serious guys like I'm gonna say I'm trying to go back to Manny Pacquiao career or Floyd when they got on the road. Were there any real light touches in their career? Like, I mean, when you say light touch, what are you talking about? You talking about giving them a real cab driver? You talking about somebody that's considered a real gatekeeper? I don't understand what a light touch is. I mean, the goal in boxing is everything is about legacy once you get to a certain point. So for Virgil, I think that he needs another tough fight. He needs to get in there with somebody. The problem is, I think what Oscar's looking at is Virgil takes a lot of punishment, and we know how the outcome there can be. The way Virgil's style of fighting allows him to get hit a lot. So maybe that's what Oscar's looking at. He's trying to protect Virgil from his own self. That's the only thing I can see. He's trying to protect the young man.
Okay, it get you caught up, and BVO just came in the building. I know he's gonna want to add on to what we've been saying because he's been in and out taking care of some things. So now we are talking about one of the biggest ducks in 2025. So Kid Austin comes out and said, "Man, you out of your mind. If you want me to face young Abdullah Mason, you got to give me $2.5 million. I'm a payday. I want payday. You know. So how do you feel about that? Is it a duck in your opinion, or it's just business?"
You asking me, Crush, or BVO?
I'm asking you. It's on you. This is the last question to get you caught up.
Okay. 2.5 million, and you were facing. People can say whatever they want to, but Shakur Stevenson is a bigger name than Abdullah Mason. You were gonna make about 900,000 to face him, but you decided you want 2.5 million to fight Abdullah Mason. Now I heard Floyd Schofield Sr. say that people wasn't taking it right. He's saying that, hey, don't nobody tell McDonald's how to price their burgers. This is his words, you know what I'm saying, what he said. Don't nobody tell somebody something about how to price. I forgot what it was. But he's saying that he's starting at 2.5. Negotiation is gonna start there and we'll get to where we want to get to. So now I think he only said that once he realized all the criticism he was getting, his son was getting, and people were saying it was a duck move. I don't think that his son really wants that fight. Uh, if he did, they could have just easily said, "Hey, man, we want a cool million. We'll get in there with him." 2.5 million is way out of the ballpark when it comes to facing Abdullah Mason, who we all think, what I'm saying, is a great young talent, but he's not worth 2.5 million at this moment.
All right, cool. BBO, what's going on? Dub White side in the
Oh,
building. What's up, BBO?
salute, man. I appreciate everybody holding down while I'm running around.
What's
I
good,
gotta
nigga?
say, man, CDK never fails to amaze me.
I know,
brother. Oh my God, that brother must come from the moon, man. I don't know about them Chi-Town dudes, man. The man said
nobody's laughing.
every great fighter didn't take a soft touch. That's not true. That's not true. Everybody, as my man Puerto Rican Free said it best, everybody can't fight monsters. This guy, Vergil's been on a legendary run. Boacek, Gorilla, Majimov, probably a elephant, just beating all these lion, tigers, and bears, and then he's about to go in there with Xander Zayas. I mean, my God, how much more he got to do? Can somebody else do some work? I don't understand, man. Why the brothers got to do all the work? This remind me of my brother Errol Spence, when Errol Spence did all that work, and then here come Bud with his one title talking about, I want 50-50. Get out of here, man. There's no comparison on the resumes. And I like Boots Ennis. I think he's one of the best young fighters out there. Can fight. It looked like Goku and Frieza on there, man, where he was lifting, standing on us off his feet with them punches, man. So I got to give him his credit. And I don't like Boots. I don't like his shoes. I don't like none of the people he around, none of that. But I'll say this: Boots Ennis is a terrific fighter. But when it come to Vergil, man, we got to stop playing now. We talking about King Vergil Ortiz, the monster, the goblin himself, dog. He eating people, dog. I don't think people want to mess with him. But that's all I got on that Vergil Ortiz. I just had to say, CDK, that was a nut take. I want you to know that was a nut take. That's all.
How you doing, bro?
What's going on, Doug?
Hey, Chris, can I one time respond to something he just said? As you notice, nobody laughed or agreed with anything you just said, so that lets you know that the only nut take up here was you. And I don't have a problem with you liking Vergil Ortiz, but he's the same guy that told Boots and his team they need 4 years to face the young man. So you can say whatever you want to, but we can always go back and find that video. 4 years. So I don't know what you're talking about. I'm only going off what Vergil said. Now, you know, they say a picture worth 1,000 words, but what it mean when somebody quotes something? How many? What's that worth? Can you tell me what's that worth, BVO? Because we heard his whole team say they need 4 years to prepare for Jaron Boots Ennis, and it wasn't even this Boots right here we're looking at. It was a younger version of Boots. So you can say whatever you want to, but anybody coming forward and flat-footed and standing still don't have a chance against what you like to call as a slick black fighter. Anybody don't got no movement, ain't got no business in the ring with Boots. I don't care what you say. The man ain't. Hey, he all right. He look good. He had 2 tough fights. I can't name his last 5 opponents. Just being honest with you, I can't name Vergil's last 5 opponents. He didn't crank it up a little bit. We know he was out of boxing for a little while because he was trying to, stay down in 147 and almost killed himself trying to make weight. But man, we keeping it real. Dude ain't beating Boots. That's all I got to say, Crush. I'm moving on.
The right side, what's happening?
What's good, Doug?
What up, everybody, man? Y'all in order, but some of y'all out of order. Now, I ain't gonna lie. Some of y'all out of order tonight. But shout out to the panel, man. Much love and respect. Y'all know what it is.
Yes, sir. Yeah. I wanna. I mean, I heard what BBO said about the whole resume. I can't say that Vergil has a better resume. Now, I mean, yeah, he went to 54. He fought a couple of tough guys at 54, but we're talking about at 47. You can't pick Vergil's 54 resume and put it against Jaron Boots Ennis' 47-pound resume. You got to put Vergil's 47-pound resume versus Jaron Boots Ennis' 47-pound resume. Jaron Boots Ennis not at 54. I mean, if that was the case, we would say who has a better resume. They're going Ryan Garcia at 40 or Tank Davis at 35. I mean, you're asking for 2 different weight classes. So you gotta go according to what weight class he's fighting in. So when Vergil was at 47, no, his resume was not better than Jaron Boots Ennis. He was fighting pretty much the same type of fighter that Jaron Boots Ennis was fighting. The difference between Jaron Boots Ennis and Vergil is Jaron Boots Ennis is now a unified champion. Granted, the first belt he got was awarded to him because Bud dropped the title and he was the interim title holder. But the second belt that he got, he actually fought the opponent for it. So, I mean, if you're looking at the resume, I mean, I gotta say, Jaron Boots Ennis has a better resume. Now, if you say overall resume, I mean, like I said, this guy, he fought in 2 different weight classes. Jaron Ennis is only in 1 weight class, so I can't really judge what he did at 54 compared to what Jaron Ennis is doing at 47. I mean, if you want to do that, that's fine. I mean, Vergil Ortiz hasn't done anything at 54. Jaron Ennis is a unified champion. So, I mean, if you want to do that, it still doesn't favor your fighter because he hasn't done anything yet. He's fighting good names at 54, but he hasn't become a title holder yet. So I just don't like to get into the whole resume because right now Vergil's in another weight class. Jaron is at 47. Now Jaron goes up to 47. He start having fights. Then you can go ahead and judge their resume because now both of them have fought at 47 and 54. But right now only one of them is at 54.
Great.
That's laughable. My bad,
Hey,
Chris.
that
Go
was
ahead.
a great. That was a great take, Free. I got the one. I love that take right there. You were spot on with that one.
Yeah, I want to read one comment from the chat. My man Bentley came in the building. Fine, he said Vergil has a trash resume. Was knocking out FedEx route runners. Somebody make sure he drops off your package and ring your ring bell. Oh man. So Dub Right Side, you got anything to add on to what we talking about with Vergil Ortiz?
Yeah, so I would disagree to some degree with Free. Just because they didn't fight, or I don't think you have to necessarily compare them at the different weight classes. Your resume is your resume. We can compare Floyd Mayweather's resume to Gervonta Davis' resume. We're not going to say, well, we're only going to talk about the fighters that Floyd fought at. We're not going to say that. So I wouldn't go that far with it. At the same time,
Yes, I would.
think. Well, I said I wouldn't. I didn't say you wouldn't. I said I wouldn't. You go wherever you want to. I ain't got no problem with it. All I'm saying is that at the end of the day, I think both of them. I think their resume is pretty comparable. Neither one got no real kill on their resume. Hell, I believe they even got similar opponents at certain times. So I would say the resume is more comparable than anything. And then with Boots becoming the unified champion, Vergil, that man, I say it respectfully, that man ain't no champion.
Right.
So at the end of the day, if anything, I think that gives Boots that edge up on it. But I do think that you could compare fighters' resume even with them being in the same weight class or not.
So would you compare Monster Anyway resume to Tank Davis? Monster Anyway ain't got no competition down there at 115, 118.
You beat who in the weight? You beat who in the weight class though?
I'm just saying it's better competition at the bigger weight class than it is at the smaller weight class. So yeah, he beat everybody at his weight class that it was to beat. But if the competition is not that good, how much stock do you put in it? So if you beat a lot of guys at a bigger weight class that we consider were somewhat B and A level fighters, but this guy beat everybody in two different divisions. There was nobody there. Do you give him more stock because he beat a bunch of guys that was nobody there and became 2-time undisputed champion? Where this guy's fighting tougher competition. Yeah, he might not have been undisputed. He got a title, but he fought better competition. So that's why I said I don't want to judge it that because he doesn't have the same opportunity to fight the same level of opponents at a bigger weight class. He's fighting guys at a lower weight class who might not be that good of an opponent, but they was all they had at that weight class. So when you in the same weight class, you have the opportunity to fight the same exact opponents. You have the opportunity to fight those same exact opponents. But when you're not in that weight class, you don't have that opportunity. That's what I'm saying. I just can't compare two different weight classes and say who had better competition because they're in two different weight classes.
Then if we
This is a sick Negro.
do that, then we can't compare a lot of motherfuckers to each other. Then
It
wouldn't even be. Excuse my language.
Hey, no, you know that, man. Okay.
Excuse my language. I apologize.
People that's in the same weight class.
Thank you.
I apologize. My bad. Y'all know how I am. But
I only compare people that's in the same weight class. I don't compare people that's in other. I don't compare Roy Jones at 160 to guys that was at 147.
the question, the question wasn't that. It's not
see how he
comparing them to
turned that
guys.
around?
The question is their resume.
Yeah,
Right?
the resume.
And so just because, so what you're telling me, what you're saying is right now, because Tank is fighting at 35, and Shakur, or excuse me, Teofimo Lopez is fighting at 40. We can't compare their resume.
No.
All right.
No.
I'm sorry, Chris.
No.
I can't take the gift.
No.
Well, BVO, you
It's two different divisions. So
we done did it before. Me and Free, me and you done did it.
Okay.
My bad.
So who fought better competition? Floyd Mayweather or Muhammad Ali?
See, you would have to say Floyd because of the names. But, but because we love Muhammad, they would say Muhammad.
Hey, BVO, I say Ali.
No.
Some people would say Ali. Some people would say
fought
Ali.
more champions than anybody. But you know what I
Hall
will
of
say.
Famers, Hall of Famers.
Listen. I'm all out of order. Forgive me for messing it up, Crush. All I can say is, man, what D Free said is just what they always do. They want to create something to protect their guy.
No,
at the end of the day, how did we bring Little Red in here against a guy who's undisputed twice and beat Donito Donaire, who's about to walk right into the Hall of Fame?
Okay.
What are we talking about?
If you want to do that,
and on top of that, hold on. On top of that, he just beat the life out of the Philly. Hold on. And he beat the life out of my guy. And he beat the life out of my guy, man, from Philly, Scooter. He beat
I was trying to give your man the benefit of the doubt.
Brakes off of him.
No, I was trying to give your man the benefit of the doubt, but since you want me to compare it, then Vergil Ortiz has nothing on Jaron Boots Ennis. Vergil Ortiz has never even fought a champion. He's never even fought for a champion. So he has nothing on Jaron Boots Ennis. I was trying to give him the benefit of the doubt. They're in two different weight classes. But since you want to compare them to, Vergil Ortiz has
Virgil are hurt, Boots, man. What my man Marlo said, you gonna make me hurt you, yo.
He's never even fought to be a champion at no time.
Y'all out of order. Y'all out of order tonight, man. Y'all all out of order.
My bad. Go ahead, Chris.
Hey, Doug. Go ahead, Chris. My fault.
Real quick. Well, right now, this is the time to be out of order because we are in the doghouse right now. So, there's no fair zone. So I'm not putting out no smoke. And we in there now. We got past the topics. And now, until we close out, this is the dog pound, this is the doghouse. Don't come here barking. I didn't get
the last topic.
So Chris said we in the doghouse. We in the doghouse, right, Chris?
That's what we call it, the doghouse hangout, baby. That's what we at.
Well,
it's a
doghouse. We in the doghouse, and BVO like talk about fried chicken. Man, Boozer beat the burritos out of Vergil Ortiz.
You said Vergil beat the fried chicken out of Boots?
No, he'll beat the burritos and tacos and everything else about a Vergil Ortiz. He'll beat the sombrero off top of his head.
I'll put it like this. What you just heard was why they say D Free's the master debater. He gave us a word salad. Shout out to Kamala Harris. He said a lot of words that meant absolutely nothing because Boacek is a good fighter. We know Madrimov's a good fighter. And if you want to be real, hold on. If we want to be real, Madrimov is a former champion. He was WBA regular belt. That's the belt that your boy Bud Crawford's running around with now. So let's not play like he didn't beat a former champion. He beat a former champion and Madrimov, the dream.
No, listen, I didn't say he didn't beat a former champion. He beat a former champion at 47. I didn't say that. I said he hasn't even fought for a championship. But since you want to say Boacek is a good fighter, you can't name anybody that he fought outside of Vergil.
I'm not from Europe, but we all done see how tough he is.
Hold up. The only reason why anybody is saying Boacek is a good fighter or Magnumov is a good fighter is because we said so. because according to their opponents, nobody know who their opponents are. But we said that they were good fighters. So now everybody running with, oh, they good fighters. Oh, he gave him a tough fight. He's a good fighter. But you don't know who he fought. So you giving him the fact that he's a good fighter because we said he was a good fighter.
I do know some fighters that he did fight.
I didn't say you. I said BVO.
Okay.
Yeah, I know.
Hold on, Dub. I'm not gonna let this Puerto Rican separate us. We brothers, man. If Dub know, I know. You're not gonna separate us, man.
I said,
we're not gonna let Free separate us.
Real quick, before y'all continue to smoke, shout out to Bella Faith in the building. What's up, Bella? She said Ortiz and Ennis are the same size, but Jaron has a 4-inch reach advantage. Besides other advantages, continue. Shout out to
shout out to my Tuesday co-host, man. Great show, Bella.
Shout out to Bella. You know that 4 inches mean a lot to a woman. So shout out to Bella.
Shout out to Bella. She be in there cooking. But I'm just saying, dog. Y'all, you running with this. Oh, he's a good fighter. He's a good fighter. BVO was saying this dude was nobody. He said, man,
I didn't say he was no stop. Stop. What did I say? Boycheck was nobody.
What did he say? He was going to be what out of him? I can't even remember what type of food BVO said he was going to be down because he didn't know who he was. I never even heard of him. I don't even know who this dude is. This is what I'm talking about. Now, Lamont Roach is a good fighter, but BVO was talking about this dude was an Amazon driver. But because we said he was a good fighter and he gave Tank Davis a tough fight, now all of a sudden Lamont Roach is a good fighter. So
hold on. I had said earlier, if you remember, Free, I said we praying for Lamont Roach to bring us Tank said. You forgot about that? I said we praying. We hope God to do it for us, and God did it.
You said the man was an Amazon driver. That's
what
you said. You said he was an Amazon driver.
He is, but God touched him that night, and he did his thing.
You didn't give Lamont Roach a chance to beat Tank Davis. You said, I'm praying that he does. He said, but Tank Davis is most likely going to go in there and knock him out. You didn't give him a chance to win the fight. I told you that the dude was a good fighter. You doing too much because he lost a close fight with Jamel Herring, who he almost knocked out in the 11th round. And you like, oh, baby, he can't beat old 35-year-old Jamel Herring. Who is he doing? What is he doing?
No, I said American hero. You got to remember I said it right. American hero,
whatever you want to call it. But you said if he couldn't beat Jamel Herring, he ain't got nothing coming with Tank Davis. You was the one that said that. I said that this dude is a good fighter. He got a chance. I said I'm favoring Tank Davis, but he got a chance to beat him. He knows what Tank Davis is like. He fought him before. They came up together. You was the one that said that. So that's what I'm just saying. You always don't give these fighters the credit. You let us give them the credit. And then you say, oh, yeah, no, this dude is a good fighter because of this and that. You wasn't giving him that credit. We gave him that credit. So
hold on. This what you see what the Puerto Rican came to do? You're not gonna do it. I'm talking to the black side of you. You my brother, not the Puerto Rican side. Take the Puerto Rican side over there. You my brother. You're not gonna separate us. We together. We're a team. But you see what they do, man? That's evil. He's going to separate me from my brother. You're not going to do that. You're not going to sit up here and separate me from my brother. D Free is with me. CDK is with me. Dub is with me. Crush is with me. Hey, so you're not going to separate us. You're not going to come with that Puerto Rican propaganda. You can't do that.
Outside of Vergil, give me two fighters that Boycheck fought.
I just told you, I don't know who Boycheck fought.
Exactly. So how can you say he's a good fighter? You don't know who he fought.
About how he looked against King Vergil.
So anybody could look good one night. But
man, he dropped Vergil twice. I ain't never seen Vergil get dropped twice.
What I'm saying is anybody could look good for one night. You saying this guy's a good fighter?
How he look against
Vergil?
You said what?
Based against Vergil. That's what I'm saying. He's only saying he's a good fighter because he gave Vergil a tough fight. That's why he's saying he's a good fighter. But you don't even know who the man fought. So how can you say he's a good fighter if you never even watched the man fought? You just see him fight Vergil. Like I said, anybody can have a good fight one night. Anybody can have a good fight one night, but that doesn't make them a good fighter. If they do it consistently throughout their career, that's what makes them a good fighter because they're good every single night. Whether they win or
CDK fought the Watermelon Man.
I'm just saying, dog. I'm just saying.
Hold on. CDK just called Boycheck the Watermelon Man. Are you serious?
So current, huh?
You say he the Watermelon Man?
You heard him, CDK?
I didn't hear watermelon, but I guess that's
what CDK said. CDK called him the Watermelon Man. You never seen a Watermelon Man in his pickup truck? He be by the gas station. Everybody that been by the Watermelon Man. Stop playing, Free.
Hey, watermelon and
So
boiled
you got a
peanut.
watermelon on your table.
You said I got a
I
watermelon at the table.
I never said I didn't see a watermelon man. I said I didn't hear CDK call him a watermelon man. I didn't say I never.
Hold on.
No, I did not.
That boy Free say you never seen the Watermelon Man. What?
I said I
BVO, take
said
the
I
watermelon.
never said that.
Oh, God. Go ahead, CDK.
Yeah, just take the watermelon off the table, BVO. This is getting ridiculous.
Oh, you said I got a one. Oh, you. I sound like Mark. You a racist, bro. That brother said take the watermelon off the
crazy
table.
work right
Take the
there.
watermelon off the plate. This is getting ridiculous.
Wow, that
crazy
you are.
work.
Hey, no, I can't say your. You gotta say your famous line, man. Man, I mean the watermelon.
Hey, now on the real though,
This is
hey,
outrageous.
BVO,
This is outrageous.
This is outrageous. This is outrageous.
Yeah, boy, check him
Yo.
fight, Bella. He can
I'm not
fight.
saying Boychuk can't fight. I'm just saying BVO is only giving him the credit of a good fighter because he gave Vergil a tough fight. He never saw the man fight before.
Fight before that. Yeah.
Just watching a man fight one time, you can't just automatically assume he's a good fighter because you saw him fight one time. You got to watch multiple film on an individual to say whether a guy is a good fighter or a bad fighter. Anybody can have a good fight one night. That's all I'm saying.
Well, we know. Go ahead.
So we heard the other day, we talked about it. Guys talked about it with 3 young talented guys becoming the ambassadors for the Ring magazine. With that move being made, what you think is what will come out of that for each of these guys? Should we be getting a big fight, expecting a big fight soon from these 3 guys? Like Keyshawn finally getting in there with someone, Shushu finally getting a shot at a belt. And we already know what the Dream Snatch is here to do. We just waiting for people to be brave enough to get in the ring in there with the young Abdullah Mason. But with them becoming ambassadors of Ring magazine, what do you think it does for each guy? Start with CDK.
I already hold Keyshawn Davis in high regard as far as what he can do in the ring. I think he's proven. I think the 2 guys still got to prove themselves. But Chris, they
Your audio, dog. Your audio.
Yeah,
your audio breaking up. CDK.
You gotta call Michelle Obama, let her know your phone's messed up.
Ring magazine.
Man. Go ahead, BVO. Now you good. I mean CDK.
Now he all the way out.
We're gonna come back. We're gonna come back.
Yeah, you kind of robotic. Come in and come back.
Can y'all hear me?
Not very clear.
Yeah, go ahead.
Man, this is your channel.
Oh, it's my channel. Okay, the black channel with the watermelon. Okay.
Go ahead, CDK.
No, but I go.
Sambo.
It's Keyshawn Davis and De La Santos. Both of these guys are decent fighters. I think Keyshawn is a better fighter than De La Santos because of the fact that De La Santos has been out of the ring. The last time he fought was when he fought Shakur Stevenson, and that's going on what, 18 months?
Hold on, was that the question? My bad. I'm out of order.
No, he was asking about the 2 guys.
Yeah. Oh, he good.
You know, Free gonna take you around the world real quick.
No, I think it's a good fight. I mean, I don't know what De La Santos is gonna do. I don't know what he's gonna do. I think he's a good guy. I mean, he's been out the ring too long.
Right. So with them becoming ambassadors, with him becoming one of the ambassadors for Ring magazine, do you think it somewhat guarantee bigger fights for each 3 of these young ambassadors of the Ring magazine?
Now I want to ask this question first. I want to ask this this question to your question. What does this mean? This whole ring ambassador thing. Hamza Sharad was supposed to be the Ring Magazine ambassador or whatever ambassador he was. Does that mean you get extra favor in fights? Like what does this mean?
That's what I'm asking, Dub. That's what I'm asking.
Okay.
It really means nothing. It means nothing.
When you say an ambassador, he's supposed to be like a spokesperson for that organization or that country or that brand or whatever. That's what it's supposed to be. So if he's saying these guys are ring ambassador, they're supposed to be the face of Ring Magazine or whatever he's doing. They're supposed to be the face of it. That's basically what he's trying to say without saying it. That's why he's giving them the title of Ring Ambassador, because he's trying to say these are our face of the new quote unquote TKO series that he's supposed to be pushing now. That's what he's trying to push, and he's trying to incorporate these guys into it. I don't know if these guys are actually a part of it, but that's what he's trying to do.
Well, I'll say this. One thing I actually got facts on this. Abdullah Mason is signed to a 6-year deal. When these guys are younger, they don't do the fights deals. They do like the year deals. This is something that became popular with Xander Zayas. And what Turkey doing is what he always does. It's publicity for him to do nothing. And I hate to admit that the Ring Magazine hasn't meant nothing in probably 30 years. At the end of the day, even if you bring it back, I mean, it's only a few of us that even understand the whole lineage of the Ring Magazine, going back to John L. Sullivan. But to be honest with you, the Ring Magazine has been nothing more than a paperweight for the last 30 years. So, I mean, Turkey, who I think is starting to show some great signs in boxing, it was just another way for him to waste some more money. And that's what he did. Because can you imagine if Turkey was around when Floyd was fighting? I mean, I could see I could see Turkey and Floyd hand in hand in the park, because Floyd be taking so much money from him. At the end of the day, this is just another charade that he's doing. We all know who Abdullah Mason's going to be. We want to see him fight. Just going back to what Crush brought up earlier, and we know Schofield's my guy. It's getting tired. It's getting real tired, man. I don't want to hear nothing about Kid Austin until I see him in the ring. The whole fact is, if you talking about if you want $2 million, that's like saying I want $1 million gazillion dollars. That's like saying.
But so
there's no start with $2 million when they ain't paid Abdullah barely 50,000-60,000 a fight. They're not about to give you no millions. Get out of here. So it's just like overall in boxing, man, we got to really do a better job with the narratives and cleaning it up. And for me, it's too much lying going on in boxing, man. That whole Ring Magazine is a lie. I mean, we seen that big Gotti belt they gave Terrence Crawford. We haven't seen that belt since. So it's all a game. At the end of the day, we just want to see some big fights, and that's it. And I'm telling you, Ring Magazine is nothing more than a ply. That's it. That's what I feel about it. And
so look at it. And tonight, so I think I'm gonna do it, but we're gonna be talking about boxing fathers in the sport. And the reason I say that is because your boy Schofield, Senior, Junior, whichever one you want to call him, the father, Kid Austin father, did an interview earlier today where he said, well, he threw the number out there, the 2.5. He according to him, this is according to him, and we'll play the clip tonight. But he said he threw that number out there for the Mason family, whereas Kid Austin came back and told him that forget 2.5. If they put up $1 million, I'm taking the fight. This is what he said. And my thing is this. I think that even when we're talking about Kid Austin, the man is getting more criticism right now because of one reason: his damn daddy. It's that simple.
Yeah.
And so when you have your dad coming out here saying these type of things, and then you want to come back and say, well, I'm gonna take the fight anyways. Well, what you want us to believe?
Yeah, you defeat the purpose. But let me ask you this, Doug. Because
I can't even finish.
Oh, go ahead. Oh, you know how you go. Go ahead.
Go ahead, man. Go ahead.
I wasn't trying to take the mic from you. I was just gonna say this to add to what you were saying. Why wasn't Bill Haney on the couch with Cigar Talk talking to Najee? Why was Bill here? Why wasn't Devin there?
Bill
know what I'm
Haney
saying? Why wasn't Devin there?
hold on.
Devin
So
should have been there,
no,
not Bill.
what they
Devin.
did? Listen, what they did 2 separate interviews. The same day they did 2 separate interviews, and so all I'm saying here, I don't Bill he gonna, and this is why we got to talk about these boxing fathers. I say that respectfully to him, and we'll get into it tonight. But listen, a lot of these fathers they take their sons star power, and they try to make themselves the star. They living vicariously, and so I mean it is what it is.
What I think with the whole Floyd Schofield, you saying you threw it out there because there was no number. He said they basically just asked him would he take the fight, and he said yeah. And he said since they asked me would I take the fight, there was no number. So I threw out 2.5. I can throw out any number I want to throw out. But you throwing out 2.5 for a guy who's a prospect / contender, but you didn't throw out 2.5 to fight Shakur. You didn't throw out 2.5 to fight Shakur. You didn't reach for the stars for Shakur. You took whatever Shakur gave you, but you're gonna reach for the stars for a prospect. And now you gave Abdullah Mason the one up because now you gave him the A side. You saying we're expecting y'all to send us an offer. So since when Abdullah Mason became the A side to Kid Schofield? When was he supposed to be the A side? I mean, Abdullah Mason's a prospect. Kid Schofield is ranked number 2 in the WBA.
But once again, in this situation, according to their father, hell, according to Schofield Senior, excuse me, he was the one who said it ain't. They had already sent the offer, and according to him, this is only. And I like I said, I'm gonna play the interview later tonight, but he says literally, he's like, well, first off, the deal had to be approved by Oscar because it made it to us, and so. And then the second thing he said is, and that goes back into the point as far as what he asking for. He brings up Abdullah Mason and his family saying, well, Abdullah might get hurt in there. And so, this is what the man said. He might get hurt in there, and he got a father and 3-4 brothers. So $1 million ain't gonna be enough to take care of them. $1 million for me and my son. I know what to do with $1 million. And so all I'm saying is the man talking too damn much. Shut the hell up, bro.
The man literally don't know what he's saying because you talking about Abdullah Mason taking care of his father and 4 brothers. Who said Abdullah Mason to take care of them? That man, the other brothers fight. He got 2 other brothers that fight. His father
Ishmael Mason got a 350. So if you driving a 350 around, you don't need no money.
His father's a trainer. His father makes his own money. But it just everything he says out of his mouth right now is just he needs to. It's the saying go quit while you ahead because right now everything you saying is just compiling the ridiculousness that you're speaking. You're completely done. You don't need to say nothing else. You're completely done. Don't say nothing else. Let your son talk. Let your son talk.
Can I ask you guys a question? Let me ask you guys this question because I think this is something that I'll be remiss if I didn't bring this up. When we look at Schofield, Kid Austin, you look at Devin Haney. These are some of the nicest black young fighters out there, and they the most hated. Let's be honest. Both these guys are clean cut. Both these guys are corporate ready. They both got the baloney face. I ain't seen them with no beard or a mustache yet. I mean, so at the end of the day, I'll never understand. Like I know you said about them both doing interviews at the same time. They both have to get rid of their fathers, man, because I think what Dub was alluding to is we really seeing the downfall of guys for no reason. And I'm starting to, and when you say stuff out your mouth like you want millions of dollars to fight a prospect who is really not that, who's really starting to become rich, is not rich yet, I think it's just crazy. I mean, the problem is this: we got too many guys talking, and we don't hear from the fighters, man. Say what you want. That's the problem I have with Little Red. I don't want to hear Coach Kenny. I don't want to hear Calvin. I want to hear from you. The only person we hear from and all he do is lie is Puerto Rican Shakur. So it's like What we can't win. The one dude who want to talk to us do nothing but lie, and everybody else is a doggone merman. Like, have you heard Kid Austin's voice? Other than I heard him for one time when he was on that with us, and what he said, "Let me go get the baby." That's the most I heard him talk.
Yeah. Hey, I heard the interview from Kid Austin. I mean, he sounded a little bit like a young Barry White. But the thing is, he's starting to sound just like his father, because when they asked him the question, he like, man, my father already said it, so I'm not gonna go into it. I'm like, no, they asking you the question. What do you want to do? And so
enough is enough for both of them.
It's like it seemed like he want to talk, but he can't, because his father's standing right there watching everything he say. Like he waiting for him to say something, then he gonna jump in the car. Hey, no, so this is what my son really meant to say. I'm like, no, let the man.
So that's like, so you basically said it's like when they was interviewing the girls with R. Kelly, and R. Kelly was sitting at the door.
Same thing.
I don't know nothing about that because I wasn't at the house. I don't know nothing
Y'all
about
remember
that.
they was interviewing R. Kelly's two girlfriends, and Kels was sitting by the door. It really goes down to, man, this is bad, man. Shout out to my man B3. This is real bad, though. This is really bad. I mean, I'm telling you, man, there's no way Devin wouldn't be beloved in any other place and any other time if he didn't have Bill on him. It's just like, I don't know. I can honestly say I'm starting to hate Bill. I never thought I would say that. I'm actually starting to hate Bill because he's really destroying Devin, man. Devin's supposed to be that guy, but I don't know, man.
I don't know. I mean, I haven't heard too much from Bill as of late. So I can't. I mean, I don't know if he's taking a step back, because I really haven't heard from Bill as of late. Normally, we would be seeing Bill everywhere, hearing him talk and this and that. But I haven't been hearing from Bill like that. I mean, he said he had a couple of interviews here and there, but it hasn't been like it was in the past. He's kind of slowed down on the interviews and the platforms he's been jumping on. So I don't know. I don't know if he heard a lot of the criticism and he took a step back and thought about it in this break that Devin had for a year. Maybe he stepped back and thought about everything that people were saying and said, you know what, they might be right. Let me calm down a little bit, because Devin has already conquered the mountaintop. Now he's working on the next mountain that he's trying to conquer. So
underrated darkness. Every time I see you, man, still a little underrated darkness. Salute the Picasso, salute the show no more, man. Salute the Dank Father, man. I'll say this before we go, man. I want to send a big shout out to the mighty Sports Talk Network. I'm seeing so much growth. Shout out to B3, the light skin. I think he actually plays Trey Songz impersonator sometimes. So shout out to B3. Shout out to the light skin lover, my man Dub Right Side. Shout out to the Puerto Rican Prince. Shout out to the angriest Jamaican man we know, my guy Crush. Shout out to what's my man? My man Manager Calvin, aka Prize Fighter. Shout out to my Manager Calvin. And shout out CDK, man. We doing some big things over here. So keep your eyes glued, and we're gonna get some of these people on here. I talked to somebody really cool coming next week. So look for next week. We're gonna have my man Claymore Rain is gonna stop by the doghouse. We got my man Johnny Boy Boxing. He gonna stop by the doghouse. And Uncle Stitch Duran is coming back again to hang out with his nephew in the doghouse. So y'all don't want to miss it, man. What time you coming on, Dub?
11:30 like always.
We 11:30 tonight.
Hey, so you forgot, you left out sugar cane. I thought you.
Oh, my bad. And shout out to my man Marky, man. He probably somewhere right now picking the fields out there, man. Shout out to Marky. I appreciate you, dog. We doing our thing, man.
Shout out Thomas from the Bronx, Thomas Hill. Shout
Tommy.
Out,
yeah. I'm like one of them dudes up. I need my orange juice. My sugar must. I keep forgetting people. But shout out to my man Crush, man. He had a great show earlier. Like I said, we doing some stuff over here at Sports Talk Network, and we ain't got none of that foo stuff we giving to you raw and real. But of course, BVO is the Mr. Rogers of boxing talk. I don't do no cussing at all. But we're gonna go to other channels. Y'all can cuss all y'all want. But on here, like I said, BVO is the Mr. Rogers of boxing talk. They call me Heathcliff Huxtable over here.
If y'all want to hear some cursing, go over to Out of Order Productions.
Yeah.
Over there,
Hey,
top
hey,
right side.
out of
Where your
the
barber
promotion,
Piro?
we
Where your
don't give a
barber, brother
damn.
Piro?
We don't give a damn.
Out of the promotions, if you want to go over there with his uncensored, I mean Richard Pryor, Red Fox style, tune in 11:30 tonight. I'm telling
Yeah.
you, I'm always there, man. You know, I might jump up on the panel tonight. I don't know, but I'll be in the building because it's crazy over there. Man,
It gets a little wild over there.
They be out of order.
Hey,
Amazing.
hey, look, listen. Now I got to tell y'all. So tomorrow, man. Hold on, CDK. I got to ask the question. Are you asleep?
CDK.
Okay. Oh, okay. Now
CDK must have fell on the steps.
He ain't sleep. He just got the mic too close. He got the mic too close.
He said his cane must have fell down the steps.
So we will be tomorrow. Like tonight we'll be talking boxing fathers. That'll be the majority of the conversation, and everything boxing as always. And then tomorrow, man, for the first time, me and Marky, man, we trying to get it together and make sure we in order with the show.
You talking about Sugar Cane? We don't know who Marky. You talking about Sugar Cane?
Yeah, Sugar Cane.
Okay.
He feel mad at me.
Hey, we trying to make sure that we're gonna be. Hold on, hey, Marky need to pull up. Man, you can't run from the show, man. You can't say something and then get mad when the man call you out. Hey, CDK said, "What you been watching boxing for 2 years?" It just had me crying. I was crying.
Hey, real quick before we go, BBO, tune in next Thursday through probably Saturday.
We're not doing Saturday, bro.
It's going to be. I'm doing Saturday. I'm doing Saturday.
I might jump on with you. I don't know. Saturday,
but
Saturday
Thursday,
be long, bro.
Next Thursday, Friday. You know what? We're not doing Saturday. Next Thursday and Friday, you're gonna see. I'm gonna do videos for Saturday and Sunday. But next Thursday and Friday, tune in to Dub Right Side or D Free Sports Talk. We will be hosting the draft.
Absolutely.
Okay, I'll be there. I'll be there for that.
Yeah, I'll be there.
Hey, whatever we do, make sure Dub is doing the draft because we was having fun and D Free's phone went out of minutes. So we want to have some fun, man. Everybody had to run to the store and get a minute card. So whatever you do, we're not doing it on Freeze, nothing.
Nah, man, y'all hey, man, support my brothers, man. Support them.
Hey, any closing words before we get up on out of here? CDK?
I just want to say, man, I enjoyed y'all, and I can't never trust Floyd Schofield Senior because he allowed his son for a long period of time to put a bowl on his head and cut it. That's all I want to say about that.
Lord have mercy.
Thank you, brother. Good. Right side, you
next, brother. Hey, man, shout out to everybody, man. Y'all make sure y'all go sub to these brothers. They doing putting the work in daily. You know what I'm saying? Y'all come sub to me, and hey, we'll be live again tonight. Hey, and I ain't gonna lie to you, I'm tired of them up right now. See how I said that? I used the right word then. I didn't say what I really wanted to say.
Thank you. You can use that word tonight at 11:30. I'll be there. I might be beating my doggone self.
You can use that word tonight. Shout out
I don't want to be out of order, man. I don't want to be out of order.
All right, cool. D Free.
Yo, sir.
What you got? Closing words, bro.
Man, like I said, tune in next Thursday and Friday. We will be hosting the draft. And we will be doing a mock draft Wednesday just to get the last bit.
Final mock.
The final mark, see what you think your team is going to do, what you want your team to do. So we will be doing a mock draft next Wednesday, but Thursday and Friday we will be hosting the draft. Absolutely. So tune in. You won't want to miss it because we're going to be live and in living color.
And we're going to be giving even though we have our favorite teams and all that kind of stuff, we're going to be giving every prediction for every pick, who we think the team should take, and we'll be breaking it down in depth. So y'all pull up.
All right, cool. So with that being said, thank you.
Oh, let me say one thing before we go.
What you got?
I just want to say this, man. Sending prayers to Carmelo Anthony's family. I heard something real terrible that happened to his home that he's staying in. People, don't sensationalize this thing. At the end of the day, I'm gonna just tell you right now. But what I read, that brother's going to jail. So He gonna probably do some serious time. But come on, man, he's still a kid. Get a brother a break. Give a man a break. Don't firebomb this man's house, man. That's not cool, man. Whatever's gonna happen to him, let our justice system handle it, because that's just what it is. And I'll say this: I think what we're gonna really work on, man, is we got to start speaking about more of these things. Man, I just read something great that came out. I want to give some credit to our president for doing a great job redoing the tax code. I was able to save quite a bit of money. So shout out to our president on that. And that's all I got, man. We gone. Oh, shout out to the smoke shop. Shout out to the breakfast box. Shout out to Raycon.
Cool. So with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, thanks for tuning in for another episode of Roll with the Punches. Brought to you by the Sports Talk Network, engineered by BVO TV. And I am the master of ceremonies, Crest Legend. I see some of y'all 6:30 in the morning. Definitely gonna see some of you crazy ones 11:30 tonight. Make sure y'all tune in to brother Dub Right Side and come and be out of order. And we are gone. Peace.